Still with me in the studio is Mehmet Celik from the daily Sabah. And I just want to read, Abeda just outlined how Aysenur spent her time. And I just want to point out a quote from one of her professors. This is at the University of Washington, Arya Fani, who said that I begged Aysenur not to go, but she had this deep conviction that she wanted to participate in the tradition of bearing witness to the oppression of people and their dignified resilience. So it just shows Aysenur Eygi, in death as in life, has brought attention to the oppression of the Palestinian people. Close to her, people warned her of the risks of going to the occupied West Bank. Some pleaded with her not to go. She knew the risks, she went anyway, but she was made to pay the ultimate price.
Well, of course, when we look at many activists, in fact, we see that they have a belief in their ideals to stand against one or some sort of injustice that they believe should be, they should stand against. When we look at Aysenur Eygi's, there's two things that, as Obayda was speaking also, there's two feelings that came to my mind. One is frustration and the other one is inspiration. Of course, there's sadness. This is a day of mourning, and this is a day that every human would be affected by, whether you're close to someone's death or you know, whether you're close to them by blood or not. This is a very tragic day, of course. But I think there is that frustration that, you know, we feel because those responsible for these actions are not. We're not able to bring them to account to some degree. On the other hand, I think these figures are inspiration. People like Abu Akla, people like Rachel Corrie, people like Aysenur Eygi, they are a very good inspiration for many around the world that want to speak out, but they need a trigger. I think for young generations or the older generations, figures like Ezgi, they become a source of inspiration that instills some sort of hope still in us that we can stand against injustices, whether you're physically actually going to places like West Bank or whether you're just speaking out in your writing, in your drawing, in art, for example, or simply by boycotting some brands that support Israeli aggression. I think this frustration and inspiration make us feel very human in this sense that yes, there is an aggressor, on the other hand that we feel very weak towards putting a stop to their actions, but on the other hand it gives us life with their inspiration that we still need to stand against this oppression, against this aggression, against these killings by our actions, whether we are speaking verbally or whether we are standing in silence non-violently and protesting their actions in the occupied territories.
Mehmet, really appreciate you being with me and bringing us this analysis. Thank you so much, Mehmet Celik from the Daily Sabah.